Hi, you guys. I'm Phil Town from Rule 1 Investing, and today I'm going to run through some money traps that you need to avoid in your 40s if you want to make it to retirement. So by the time you reach your 40s, you're probably earning more, you're saving more, maybe. You're certainly traveling a little more often, maybe. And maybe you're feeling more comfortable, I don't know. But be careful. It really is important in your 40s. You still face the potential to have your cost of living creep up to a level that could really create problems for you, if it isn't already. So let's go into the 6 common money traps to avoid in your 40s so you can set yourself up for financial freedom and, someday be able to stop working if you want to. If you're in your 40s, you want to learn more about financial freedom, okay? So join me on my next investing webinar where you can learn how to invest the same way as the best investors in the world. I can't think of a better way to get to financial freedom. So just click on the link on the screen to sign right up. All right, the first money trap probably won't surprise you much. It's overspending on your kids. This is such a trap. We all love our kids, and in our quest to give them everything they've ever wanted, we can kind of put ourselves in a major financial disadvantage, and that's not just right now, but also out in the future. It's really easy to get caught up in buying them that new car, right? The latest iPhone, like taking them along for a luxury family vacation. We so get wrapped up in how we're impacting our children, and we should. But if you can't afford these things and you're dipping into your potential retirement savings, you're gonna have problems in the long term. And at the end of the day, that's not gonna do them any good either. There's also the cost of their college education to think about. You don't want to spend money from your retirement savings to help pay for their degree in, comparative religion or something. I'm saying that because my daughter Danielle has 2 degrees in comparative religion. And when she went out to find jobs comparing religions, there weren't so many jobs. So I'm telling you, if you end up paying for a degree, particularly one that doesn't get them into a profession, you could end up being a greater burden on your kids when you can't afford to live on your own just because you had the wrong priorities in your 40s. Thought you were putting them ahead, and maybe you weren't. By the way, the cost of higher education is crazy, and it's only gonna rise. And in most cases, your kid will benefit much more from a college degree than they will from a brand new car, so prioritize that. But come on, there's a lot of ways to get a college degree. I personally flunked out of 2 community colleges, so I can tell you that they're very hard and they make you work and do homework. And if you don't do it, you're wasting your time there. So I'm gonna suggest that's a great way to go. That's 2 years. In California, it's almost free. And many states, it's a really great way to go for the first 2 years. And then, okay, great. When they know what they're doing, then go and start paying better money. All right, the second big money trap people fall into is thinking that the government or pension payouts are gonna get them safely through retirement. Pensions are not as common as they used to be, right? These are called defined benefit plans. They tell you what you're gonna get, and they promise you that you're gonna get it. They're not as common as they used to be because a lot of companies stopped taking that responsibility. So if you're lucky enough to have one, then chances are you can't rely on it alone to get you through retirement. A lot of reasons why not. One of which is that company may not be around to pay it. So you really got to pay attention here. Plus, there's no way to beat around the bush here. Social Security benefits, they're not the same as they used to be, you guys. It's very likely you won't be able to live in the same type of lifestyle in retirement that you're living now if you're just going to rely solely on Social Security benefits. All right. The third money trap is really, really simple. Most people in their 40s are just not adding enough to their investment portfolios. Your 40s are when you should be really stacking up a decent nest egg and making sure that you're getting good, consistent returns from compounding interest. Now, for most people who are not going to learn how to invest, what that means is investing long-term in stocks through an index of some sort. Now, you keep riding that momentum by adding regularly to these index investments. Ultimately, if you do that in your 40s and you keep doing it for 25 years, just go out there and put the money into an index, you're probably going to come out pretty good, all right? Now, the catch is, if you want more things for your children and you want to still have a great retirement, the only way for most of us to be able to do both of those things together, since there's only a limited amount of money to put away, is to raise the rate of return. And for me, what I did was I went out and I found good companies that I added to a watch list and said, okay, I want to buy these like 8 or 10 companies, and here's what I want to pay for them. And when an opportunity came along that said I can buy these at a margin of safety price, they went on sale, in other words, I could buy them. So this is a really big deal here. If you're thinking, how do I handle the things I need for my kids? How do I handle a lifestyle I want to have in my 40s and still have a great retirement? Investing on your own in individual companies is the best way that I know to get there. Now, the fourth big money trap is buying bonds or CDs, certificates of deposit. Now, you might think that as you get a little closer to retirement, bonds and CDs are a much safer choice for your money. And everybody's going to tell you that that's in the financial services industry. The problem is that right now, at an average interest rate of under 3%, these bonds are barely going to cover the cost of inflation every year, right? In other words, your money's not growing at all in actual purchasing power. So instead of continuing to add to your investments and take advantage of that compounding in the stock market of really good companies that rise with inflation, you're essentially stagnating your potential for growth. 40 is not the time to, quote, play it safe with bonds or CDs, okay? Now, the fifth trap. This one is a doozy. Not taking care of your health. Not taking care of your health is one of the worst things you can do for finances. Remember, caring for your money isn't the only important thing for you to focus on in your 40s, you guys. You also need to take care of yourself, right? This thing's got to last a bunch of years. So you want it to last another 60 years. You got to stay fit. You got to go to the doctor. You got to make sure you're staying up on things. You got to make wellness a priority. You got to look at what you're eating, got to look at what you're drinking. This is something that will pay dividends long, long into retirement. Save you a lot of money, save you a lot of pain. So think of all the money you can save by diverting those funds into investments rather than giving them to hospitals and high insurance deductibles. So prevention is so much less expensive than treatment. All right, the last big money trap for those in their 40s is the panic that drives them to take money out of their investments when the market goes down, okay? Now, there's a common fear that when you're getting closer to retirement, you won't have as much time to recoup losses if the market goes down like it did in 2008 and 9 by 50%, because it has to go up 100% for you to break even. But you've got to avoid the knee-jerk reaction of trying to yank your money out at a specific time and getting yourself stuck in some major money trap by stopping compounding returns you could be making for the next 20 years. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to confess to you that I am going to take my money out of the market, but I know what I'm doing. I know the signals that the market's giving me when it's time to move to cash. For most people who are not going to learn to invest, the worst thing they can do is try to guess what's going to go on in the stock market. The worst thing they can do. Now, for those of you who are really learning to invest, okay, another story, and we'll cover that another time, about, when do you exit? When is it time to protect that nest egg from going down 50%? Because think about it. If the nest egg goes down 50%, it has to go up 100% to break even. What if you were out and you have your nest egg and you can invest it down here and it doubles? Then you've got twice as much nest egg as you had instead of just getting your money back. There's a huge advantage to knowing something about doing this, but the main criteria is you've got to know how to invest. You can't just do it casually. So if you're in your 40s, there's still plenty of time to grow your wealth before you reach retirement age. To learn how to invest, I think, is the best way to do it. If you're following Rule 1 strategy of investing, then you've probably already started putting great companies on your watch list and know what price to buy them at so that when they're on sale, you can go in and get them. And that's going to be the best way in the long term. The rates of return that the best investors in the world get dwarf the market. I mean, smash bond returns, smash the stock market returns. So if you want to get that done, then just start learning how to invest with rule number 1 strategy and get started today. Just watch my webinar down here by clicking on the link below. That'll get you going. Now, I'd love to hear from you guys. Have you ever fallen into any of these money traps? Leave a comment below with your answer, and I'll be sure to follow up with you. And thanks for watching, you guys. Now go play. Hey, if you enjoyed this video and you feel it was valuable in teaching you more about money traps in your 40s, then please hit the like button and share this video with your friends. And if you want more investing content, subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click the button on the screen for a free gift. Thanks again for watching.